I see you again.
Where it felt like something just snapped in me to where I think I was waiting to die. I've had a lot of injuries in my life from knees and shins, and the one that really ruined my life, that kind of took over my emotions and my well-being, was the back. And I think one of the biggest disservices we've done in fitness, one of the biggest gaps, is we come up in phys ed doing push-ups, maybe we run, and maybe we train our abs, and we do a lot of different things that we completely miss the low back with motion. Life will expose us to the things that we hide from. So I hope this route gives you some confidence and clarity to reapproach your back head on. I want it to be clear that this is not just for views, this is to educate and put this information out there. And it's just not the mass message currently out. There is so much fear around the back due to just lack of understanding. And if you're willing to listen to a 26-year-old, someone that shouldn't know about back pain, that has no clue what they're talking about according to a lot of other people, I can tell that you're in a position where you just want answers. And that's where I had to get to when I was stuck in my injury loop year after year, 3 years straight, stuck trying things, feeling too young, too healthy to have back pain, as I was told. And now that I'm on this side, it's a huge responsibility, a blessing, sometimes a burden, with the weight of knowing how dire this is. And so, not to go too deep into it, but I appreciate you watching. I want to break down the general approach to regaining the direct low back ability. It doesn't need to be complicated, but it's not going to be fast. So I'm going to break into why the back extension is the fundamental back rebuild exercise. And I do want to clarify quick that this is not where I start with people. This isn't where I could start at the beginning. There's going to be a lot of movements such as the hip mobility stuff with the split squat, with the pigeon, opening up the related areas to the back, and also the upper back ability, trap 3 raise, the pullover, regaining normal spinal curvature and just supporting the spine as a whole. It's hard to fix the back when the back isn't the only problem. The back is just the centerpiece, it's the fulcrum, there's so much that goes to it. So yeah, that's the disclaimer. The back extension. The route of regression that literally saved me and many others is from an isometric hold, building up to 2 minutes unassisted, single leg isometric hold for 1 minute each, gradual motion until you can do 30 full range reps, then working to 20 single leg full reps, then further protecting with either loading single leg or double leg. So the value in a real route isn't in the speed that you progress through it, but actually the opposite, spending real time at each stage, giving your body a chance to adapt and find evidence to trust movement again. Like my good friend Marcus says, you have to accept your true "you are here" point. After which, if you're ready to start working on your direct low back ability, I'm going to break into why this machine could be 90% of what you need. And so when we approach the back as something just to brace and to hold tight and not break, that's fine with the idea of pressure and stabilization, but what that neglects is how much tissue, if we could put on the screen all the tissue there is in the back. Interspinalis, for example, is a muscle in between every segment of the spine. You could see a layout of all the layers of spinal tissue. So no amount of bracing will restore that to be healthy. We need to try our best to round the spine at every segment and then extend the spine, not just to neutral, but even extension to every segment. If we don't face the actual abilities that we lose head on, there's no guarantee that we will get back to that ability. There's no guarantee that we can be thoughtless about our back like we were as children. And so the first step with the back extension, while the goal is to get full range, if it's been years of pain, it's not going to start there. And so what that looks like with a lot of people is an isometric hold. I talk to my clients so much about the 2 levers that we're trying to pull when it comes to the back extension. If we can't yet tolerate motion, what can we do with tension? And so there's multiple ways to stimulate any kind of structure in the back. If we can just even build tension, there's trust there, there's structural adaptation, there's actually going to be changes in the back that may let you start to get a lighter than body weight, partial range, and regain some flexion. This may take weeks, months, it doesn't matter. The point is there's a route. And so if we build up to a 2-minute hold, smoke yourself on the easiest looking thing, then retest. Can I do reps? No? No problem. If we go single leg now, a 1 minute hold. And aside from just being harder, the reason the single leg hold is valuable is there's tissue that prevents lateral movement in the spine. And so now this hold may fix some of the areas that we didn't hit with the 2 leg hold. So we hold this for 1 minute. I'm gonna save you the time and the heavy breathing and dying of doing it, but it is so intense. So we get up to 60 seconds each. Through this route, most people start to feel a little more comfortable with hands on, going down a few degrees and coming back up. And for some time, your back session may be a combination of some static tension mixed with modest motion. And eventually your tolerance to both will go up. And so first step is a hold for 2 minutes. Then we go to a single leg hold for 1 minute on each leg, letting some change happen in the back, regaining some trust in motion as we start to test it week by week, getting more spinal flexion, as this is the back extension, not the hip extension machine. When my back was at its worst, I called this the hip extension. Now that my back is the strongest, it is called the back extension. I think the language represents the way we approach it. And facing it head on is just the subject line of this entire video. And so the third step will be regaining full reps, unassisted, embracing full extension, full flexion. For added stimulus and an extra twist, I've started trying to tuck my chin, lead with the head coming down, and then on the way up, do the opposite. Pick the head up, start an arch, and extend up. So we're getting the most out of the flexion on the way down, reaching the elbows out, decompressing like an inversion table, but with strength, and then doing the opposite, piecing the back together. So the way down separates segment by segment. Every piece of the spine's loosening, and then we, with strength, piece the back all back together into that braced position. So those 3 steps may take weeks, it may take less or more. The point is that you have a step to work on. It's the same thing. If you have knees that are cooked, you could do a small step, bigger step, split squat, then the freaky stuff that people show. It's the exact same thing of here, hold, single leg, reps. 4th step is single leg reps. Jefferson curl, onward, onward, onward. It doesn't stop. There is no end point. There is no arrival point. We just want to gradually introduce back training into our regime and never stop. If you are somebody who's had a chronic weak back, I want you to take this approach and try to become someone with the strongest back of anyone you know. Take the weakness and make it your super strength. And just ensure this never happens. And now you can be a model for someone else, for when your cousin gets back pain, or your friend, because odds are someone you know will have it. I hope the video helps shed light on why the avoidance mindset doesn't lead you to anywhere pretty. We want to be able to move our back. There's just no way around it. If you need further help on this, I have an online program called the BBB, the Back Breakthrough Blueprint. And this is accumulation of everything with the direct low back, as well as the other factors of hip mobility, upper back ability, non-movement solutions. You get live coaching calls with me via Zoom, live training sessions. It's a full hands-on approach to try to help you with your back. Again, I'm still going to put out free content on YouTube. I would just want to get the information out there and educate. We're in the dark when it comes to low back issues. So I appreciate y'all. Please keep on looking for solutions. Do not give up on your body. There is hope. Rooting for y'all.